Okay, ready?
Stupid. Most of you do it for the internet, and I'm the internet, and that's the disconnect. Comparing me to these rappers, disrespect. Who's the best MC? Cole, Kendrick, and me.
Here we go. Mark 70. Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down. They'll set up a throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, But it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm as a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Minshew. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was,
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, 66 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. They'll drop to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, taken in by... And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Dillon will take this one in. Touchdown, New York.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try now from Dicker. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll roll him out right. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Singletary again. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Minshew, 1st and 10. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. So here's a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Running at the 15. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Giants. Wandale Robinson, 75 yards. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Extra point try now from Dicker. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Ayuk, 64 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The New York set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's gonna be caught. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 46 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand-new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year, and this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is down the field for Bellinger. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Catch made by Slayton. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Back to throw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take a 3-touchdown lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. On the return, Dylan Laube. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Minshew's throw taken in by Adams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Minshew sets to throw. That is caught. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now Minshew. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now out come the Giants.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They go right back to Singletary. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They bring the pressure as he gets this one So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd and 6.
Now back to throw.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's more. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He'll drop to throw.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Inside give to Elliott. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit.
And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Coup for the extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Flushed out right.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Get him.
They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right.
Hyatt has got it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. That one finds Hyatt.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Giants! Devin Singletary from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. The left side throw complete to Adams. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun is Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And they take a knee. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. And they get the guard, John Runyon. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row. Understandable we're going to see some of this first game of the year and a penalty.
Yeah, we are, and don't forget the emotion of it all as well. I mean, they've been building to this crescendo the entire offseason, so we maybe see some of this in the early part of the game.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Jameis Winston, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. A.J. Brown, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll try the left side with Gainwell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give them 12 yards that time at a Las Vegas 1st. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Minshew. Got his man. It's Gainwell. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Curtis Hodges, 32 yards. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2nd and 13. That's taken in by Franklin. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here again comes Gardner Minshew.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Again, a run with Gainwell.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
The running game fully in sync, 1 to 11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And that's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Pass complete. Now race for the marker. And he's going to be out of bounds. A few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right. They weren't fooled. And they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. That one taken in by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chomp into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll try the left side. Duncan. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man complete. That's Franklin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2 yards to go, second down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Into the hands of Hendershot.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And out of bounds right around the 20. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
after the Dicker field goal. He's back out, ready to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. And I think the ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple, and that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Dillon now on 1st and 10. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Now he'll try to run with this. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. He'll decide to keep this once more. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Minshew, 1st and 10. Here's a screen with Gainwell. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Minshew sets to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Minshew's throw complete here to Ayuk. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Over the middle, and Mayer hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw it. Minshew. To the right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Flushed out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the 2nd half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect 2nd half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the 2nd half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Throw right side, pulled in by Mayer.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Minshew. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hodges. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up 2nd down. It'll be Minshew again. That's to his running back, Gainwell. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now 3rd down and 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, 48 yards. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5. Right back to Tracy. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Handoff now. It's Gray with it. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Looking to throw. He finds his man. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. Koo now for the point after. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot.
There he goes, left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 51 yards. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side. And now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead. They go into coast mode. And all of a sudden, they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here. Otherwise, they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Rolling to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. O'Shane Zimenez coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Steps away. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Kemp taking it right down Broadway. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. A quick throw there is incomplete. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Minshew. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Minshew. Open man is Ayuk, complete. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. And Minshew will throw for it. That is intercepted.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He's back to throw, eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
Forget about matriculating the ball down the field at this point of the game. They needed a big chunk, and they got one. And now You're one completion away from giving your kicker a chance to win the game.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he stopped immediately there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Raiders, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.